Okay. Why can we never remember? Anyways, so this is our last question you guys asked. And it's a doozy, so it's gonna need its own video. Go ahead.
When were you aware of your gender/sexuality in relation to other people's, especially in relation to heterosexual norms and expectations? Do you want to go first or me?
You go first, because I think mine's probably...
I didn't realize everybody else wasn't queer. For a really long time, like an embarrassingly long amount of time, I didn't realize that everybody else was queer. Actually, I would tell other people that they were queer too, they just didn't know it. Like, I remember my cousin and I, who in this video I'm not going to name like I accidentally did in the last one.
I know who you're talking about.
My cousin and I would play like house, but it wouldn't be like, I'm the mommy or I'm the daddy. No, we would be adult roommates who raised children together. That would be like our game. That was our go-to game, was that. It wasn't like sexual or anything because we were like 5, but it was like, these are our babies, and we're just gonna go push them in the park and come home for dinner. Like, this is the game that we would play. And then when I got older, I had a friend, let's call her Beth. And
Beth.
She, I remember I was spending the night at her house and she was telling me ghost stories, and then like halfway through she was like, hey, why don't I put my leg between yours and let's hump each other? And I was like, this sounds like a great idea. So,
so queer.
Yeah, and then I got older and like I had this thing where I would just date queer and gay men. Only men that I would date. And then I would just frickle around with girls a lot. But I still identified as straight. I got with my first girlfriend and I fell in love with her, and she was like, you're a lesbian. And I'm like, no, I think I'm pan. And she's like, no, you're a lesbian. I'm like, okay. And then I identified as a lesbian, and she was like, no, you're straight. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm straight.
That's the last thing that I am.
And she would be, she was like, yeah, you're straight. And then when I finally was like, no, I'm a lesbian, which I'm not, but no, I'm a lesbian, she was like, okay, so now we have to tell all your friends and family, and this is what we're going to do now. So that happened, and I was like, no, we're not going to do that, actually. We broke up, and I have always been really fluid in my sexuality. And I started dating Courtney, and my sexuality is queer, very, very queer. I like, there's a Tumblr post up there that's like, it's funny how I equate being straight with a phase. It's sometimes I catch myself thinking that like real people aren't straight.
they just don't know any better yet. They just haven't had that good. Yeah.
Which is not right, but I realize this. And as far as gender, I've pretty much been the same forever. I've been very hard femme queer.
Hard femme queer?
Yeah.
That's your gender?
Yes.
Hard, good gender, baby.
Hard femme queer, bordering on androgynous at times, but still femme.
That's good. This is, let's see, my gender and sexuality, I mean, I'm queer all the way through. My gender is a lot more queer than my sexuality. That's difficult. I mean, I am attracted to the whole spectrum of people except for cis straight boys. Yeah. But it's different variations between each, like, like I'm not equally, I'm more attracted to women of all sorts. On occasion, other genders except for cis straight boys. Not gonna do it.
I found myself accidentally attracted to one cis straight boy.
Jonathan?
I don't think he's straight.
Oh yeah, he's probably not straight. JoJo, we don't think he's straight.
No.
You can totally get that snowball ass.
Raw.
Raw, yeah. Sorry guys, that wasn't for you. I don't even know if JoJo's gonna watch this, but yeah. We'll go get snowball soon, guy.
No, it's my acting crush.
No, fuck yeah, you have to. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. I got over it.
Okay, yeah. That was. He's straight.
Mm-hmm.
Sorta? Or is he all the way straight?
He fucks everything.
Exactly, so I don't even think that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, my sexuality, went over that. My gender. Well, I mean, so I should answer this whole question. In relation to other people, I always knew that I was queer. I didn't just.
That's a queer signal?
Yeah.
That's how we meet each other.
Didn't.
We walk up to each other and we're like.
And then we're just like.
That's how you identify a queer person.
Yeah, if they do that, you know. God, don't take dating advice from us. Oh man, we're so lame. I mean, I was aware, but I didn't like accept it, I guess. Like through high school, I was pretty much asexual just because I didn't want to think about it, and until I fell in love with the first girl that I ever fell in love with, and that went horribly wrong. So yeah, she told me I was going to hell. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyways,
I've only had one person tell me I'm going to hell.
I mean, my mother did it, which was surprising, and she's super fucking religious. She's like, I'll pray for you, which, I mean, that I guess she wanted to pray the gay away, which didn't work at all. It just got
There's
worse.
only one thing I'm doing on my knees.
Sucking me off?
Yeah. In relation to other people?
Oh, in relation to other people, I mean, so I recognized that my gender and sexuality was different. I just didn't really understand what it meant. I just thought I was like a tomboy for a really long time, or butch, I guess. But then I was like, that doesn't really actually fit. Like, I don't fit into that paradigm of butchness. Like, that's not exactly. But I also still struggle with it because, like, sometimes I'm like, I'm not trans enough. But then I'm like, what does that actually mean? And that's actually, like, I guess, that's like the internalized binary where I feel like I have to do a certain thing to be in a dichotomy of sexes and gender, and I'm like, those actually don't matter, and that's stupid, and I shouldn't. So it's a lot of like internal thinking. I don't really let people's expectations bother me as much now. I mean, when I was younger, it's a lot harder because people's expectations are the most important thing sometimes. Well, in your head, but when you get older, you really realize that fuck people, they suck. It's still hard, it really is. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the times, like I said, I'm still like, what am I doing? Am I right? Like, what is going on? It's tricky. We've gone 8 minutes on this one fucking question.
That's why it's its own video.
That's why it's its own video. But really though, like, I'm just really queer. My gender, I mean, I am trans, and I will, like, start T and maybe get top surgery, maybe just half, you know, whatever.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Not the tricky nipple.
Not the tricky nipple. You like that. That's your favorite.
It's so nice.
It is, but you like the other one because it's got the little mark. Oh no, what tit?
Which one?
Oh no, I wonder if they can keep that. It's on. I don't know.
I mean, if they.
Yeah, I mean, go see a doctor and figure that out. So, I mean, I'm gonna, start doing that. As soon as I get really stable with money and stuff, because that's a bitch for cost-wise. I mean, so, yeah, I think both of us are really queer, and we've struggled a lot with both our gender and our sexuality, but together
as a unit.
Yeah, we've struggled together, but I think we both like really helped each other, like really come to terms with everything.
You're
like
shaking the computer.
Oh, I'm sorry, computer. But we've got it now. I mean, and things still are fluid. Like sexuality and gender are very fluid, and you don't ever have to identify as something. And if you do identify as that, because there's nothing wrong with that either.
It doesn't mean you
can't change down the road. If you're like, you know what, I'm actually this or whatever. Like, you know, do you fuck the world? Don't worry about that. And I think on that note, I think it's a good ending.
Wait. I wanted to say something real quick.
Say it.
In relation to that. So just like for anybody who is dealing with similar situations, like my family doesn't really have a problem. Like my extended white half of my family has problems with my queerness, but like my actual family doesn't. Except they really want to put me into some sort of binary.
Oh, they do try to put you in a box. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when my aunt found out that Courtney is trans, well then they're like, well, you're bi then. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, well, obviously if they're going to be a boy now, then you're bi. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Thanks for trying. Come again next time.
Please, next time. It's been nice having you on the show.
Yeah, I mean, and there is some struggles that you deal with a lot. And it's sometimes people just aren't trying to be rude, but don't know how to be respectful when asking questions. And I mean, I have no problem answering questions as long as you don't come at me like, so why do you think you're gay? You know how many family members have asked me why I think I'm gay?
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, so have a great evening, or day, or whenever you're watching.
Yeah, wherever you are, whenever you are. If you're from the future,
they could just watch this video later on, and they will be from the future.
Shut up. So yeah, we'll probably start doing these more often. Either just us talking because we're fucking cool and we have things to say, or
and beautiful,
and we are very attractive. Just goddamn, luscious. And vain, so fucking vain.
Really vain.
Or if you ever have questions that you want to throw in a video, just put video at the end of it. If you'd rather like a personal response.
Also, fun fact, I have a blog too. And you can ask me questions. I am AmazoniaCat, one word, .tumblr.com. I'm tagged a lot and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just, I'll link it.
Yeah, you should do that.
Since she does have a blog, with like 7 followers. You guys should go check it out. It's an alright blog.
Cute stuff.
Some cute stuff. Some little femme things. And some lit, beautiful women. And words. But, yeah, thanks for watching. And, see you next time.
It's funny how I don't have many followers. But I actually am a beautiful woman of color. And you just post them. But that's cool.
Yeah.
You go do that.
That's that white privilege right there, baby.
Bye.
Bye.